Hello, I'm Amber.
I'm Toni.
And we are
Tuned to the Moon.
Welcome to another Thursday. And last episode was super interesting. We need to dive more into this. Timelines.
The different dimensions.
Yeah, we will get more into this. First things first though, anything spooky happening for you this week, Toni, apart from every day?
Yeah, I don't think there's been spooky. On the way here, I seen a registration plate. We know how they talk to me. I know.
You're always seeing registration
I know,
plates that talk to you.
It said N222, which is obviously your number, and then FAR, F-A-R, and I was like...
Fart.
No.
That's what I'm thinking.
I literally took from that never far.
Oh.
Like, so as in spirit or never far away from it.
Well, hello if you're in the fart car or the spirit never far away from your car. It's funny though how you can take registrations a totally different way, because I remember my dad got a private Reggie plate, and then one of my friends, like, the first thing they said was, "Why does it say Nigel?" And I was like, "It doesn't, his name's Alan." But they picked up on like a few bits of it and they were like, "It looks like Nigel." My mum was like, "Don't tell him that, he loves it, it's his pride and joy." But N22 never fart.
Yeah.
There we go. Spooky for me, actually, talking about my mum. I said to Toni, I messaged you earlier in the week, because my mum was saying that, you know, she's trying to be the supportive mother as she always is and listen to every episode of Tune to the Moon, which is just lovely.
So cute.
But she can't anymore, because every single time my mum listens to a Tune to the Moon episode, she says she has the most horrific, awful nightmares that are like so graphic, so in detail. She wakes up crying, she wakes up screaming, and she said it's every time I listen. So I'm like, well, obviously I'm thinking you've been listening to the ones we were talking about, ghost stories, and she went, "No, Amber, it's every single one." So what could this actually be? Well,
straight away when you sent it, didn't I was like, oh my God, we've opened some dark portal.
Dark portal. Everybody listening is having scary situations.
Please let us know if that's the case. No, I don't think it's that. I think your mum is very open, aware, intuitive, switched on, connected. Like, we know that. So maybe when she's listening to this stuff, she's opening herself up and not really aware that that's happening. It's like not a conscious decision for her. And then, not that I believe everybody has to shut down, but if that is the case, she should maybe be going to bed doing like a little, "Please leave me alone."
Oh, that's a good idea, actually. Literally speaking out loud. I'm
turning myself off to anything like this. But another part of it could be her subconscious mind at play. So like you say, whatever she's listening to, whatever it's making her think of, her then fears, which she's maybe not aware of, are then coming
I did
up.
say to her to just speak out loud and say, you know, "I'm not going to have a nightmare tonight," but that's a better idea, to actually
like
speak
asking them and saying, like, "I'm shutting down, I don't want any communication, connection.
Give your hoo-ha.
Let me sleep," kind of thing. Sometimes they respect those boundaries.
Right, well, Mum, there's your advice from Toni. So you can keep listening, just shut yourself down after it. And anyone else who might get, sorry, I've got pins and needles.
Oh, no.
So I know.
You look lovely today.
Thank you. Let's not even get into my morning. My child's not sleeping very well. I've actually ripped my tights, but oh well. My child's not sleeping very well. Nice. Not getting much sleep myself. And this was pretty much one of the only things that didn't need ironed.
Yeah, it looks lovely.
So, but thanks. It was either this or leggings and a jumper, as I'm always in. Always. So that's the only kind of spooky thing I can think of. Although, do you remember a few episodes ago, I was talking about the little robin?
Oh, I was going to speak to you about the robin.
I do have a pure bold robin.
Do you not remember what happened when we left here that day? You had just literally been speaking about the robin going into your house, and then my mum texted when I got in the car.
Oh my god, yes.
That my stepdad, a robin, like we've got a picture of it, or a robin was just sitting inside his van. He's a postman. Twice.
In the car. In the van, I
actually
know.
in the van, he just left the window open, and he's a postman in Helensburgh, so it's like all the kind of quieter country
I love
type
Helensburgh.
bits.
So nice.
And he's like, I just then left the window down and started driving. Eventually it flew out the window.
Maybe that's what the robin wanted. Maybe it just needed a
wee lift.
It's been a busy season, like running about
was
watching
tired.
naughty kids for Santa.
Yeah.
Robin was like, take me to the next stop. What? Can we actually just talk about these bold robins? Because this one that I
Yeah.
was going to say to you about that came in my house, it did it again. It's done it again twice. And it must be the same robin, because there cannot be. Unless there's like an influx. It's like Rise of the Planet of the Robins. Unless this is actually fully happening with every single robin, it's the same one that keeps coming back, which I think is so cool anyway.
Yeah, it's
and
very
it's happened a further twice that it's
in.
come into just onto like the doormat.
Yeah.
But one time it shat itself. It did a wee poo.
Aww.
And I was like, oh no, but it didn't look scared, just dropped it and then went out. And I thought, oh, leaving a wee present, a wee mark. But what are they like? They're bold.
Yeah.
They are.
And I see quite a lot of people actually, especially with the robins, like they're, I don't know, like putting their hand out and they're going to them for food and stuff, either in their garden or out walks. So maybe it is just that connection getting stronger
I
for
saw
people.
one the other day when I was out a walk with the dog, and it was on one of my neighbour's fences, and then it flew behind the bin, and I just thought, there's a wee spirit there for them.
Yeah, exactly.
How nice is that?
I think it is just seeing it as that. And like you, the people that see it continuously and are having these stronger moments with them, they probably think it is like a loved one.
Yeah,
As soon as
I
I
do.
seen that from my mum, I was like, oh, that's his dad with him. And she texts back like, I thought the exact same. So
that's so nice.
And you, I think, take it as your grandpa,
Grandpa,
don't you?
yeah.
So I think it's just, if it's
Comfort.
bringing comfort, exactly, why is that a bad thing?
I know, love it. So today,
Yeah.
like, we've got so much we could chat about, because this timeline stuff's a bit nuts. Oh wait, I'll see if we've got any. We actually had a message
Oh.
on Instagram that I will forget to read out if I don't read out now.
Mm-hmm.
So this comes from Carly. Carly, thank you for listening and getting in touch. So Carly says, hi girls, this is a bit of a strange one. I've been listening to your pods, trying to catch up. I've just been listening to the pod from the 6th of November, and I was in my kitchen at the time you were talking about putting things out there into the universe. I switched my light on in the kitchen, looked at it, and thought, that's funny. How have I been in this house a few years and I've never had to change the bulb in the kitchen? I was in the middle of making the dinner and my light went off and it now won't work. Is this a sign that somebody is trying to tell me something?
Well, that's interesting, isn't it? Because if you think about what last week's episode was about with the whole manifesting.
Yeah.
And are we actually manifesting it, or do we know that it's going to happen? If
She's getting
Carly
into her timelines again.
If Carly has had that thought of, oh, look, never had to change that light, and then the light goes.
She knows it's going to go.
She knows it's going to go. Or
there's a wee spooky Victorian woman living in your house turning off your lights.
Yeah, basically.
Or a loved one, obviously.
So could be either or. But based on last week, I would go with the fact that you probably think that's something in you knows your light is about to go. So it's like that psychic sense kicking in, and then it happens.
God, then we can get into, is that just all intuition is as well?
Yeah.
Knowing that
definitely.
something's actually going to happen.
Definitely.
So
yeah, I think we should go through some of these.
Let's do that.
Mandela effects.
Oh my God, yeah.
Because that, obviously, I was just talking about stuff last time and that came up. And I didn't really even know what I was
honestly
talking
so
about.
interested in that.
So since then, there's been on TikTok people giving other examples of the things.
Oh,
I was
yes.
talking about the Monopoly man.
Which then, by the way,
thing.
we then went out and the guys in the Up Next studios
Yeah.
were saying, I think it was Pringles.
Yeah, but, well, there's two different ones.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Right, buckle up,
Monopoly
get your
Man
tea.
is one. So we were talking about the Mandela effect, if you've not listened. And this is basically cases where like people share the same vivid memories of things, but it's not actually happened. So like false memories. And it did start with Nelson Mandela. So the false memory is, like you said, people remember him dying in the 80s, but he didn't actually die until 2013, which is where the Mandela effect comes from. So some of the main ones, which Alan from here mentioned last week, was Snow White. So the false memory, this is interesting,
right.
is mirror, mirror on the wall.
Huh?
Who's the fairest of them all?
Oh.
Which I remember it being that.
Yeah, me too.
Reality is magic mirror on the wall. Who's the fairest of them all?
Well, as in the actual movie, that's what they say.
I have always said mirror, mirror.
Mirror on the wall, me too.
Magic mirror on the wall.
Magic, oh my God.
Now, either
Walt Disney made 2 Snow White.
Walt Disney are definitely trying to mess up our minds and have changed it.
I mean, we could get into the Disney theories, but
we could. Because also, we've not spoke about Stranger Things. Do you watch Stranger Things?
No, I'm the only person that doesn't watch it. And everybody, I mean, I tell you what I like about Stranger Things. The fact that it's, I'm going to sound like your gran, the fact that it's teaching young kids good music, right? Young kids are now listening to Prince. They started listening to Kate Bush, who I think she's really creepy, but I like her tunes. The tunes. Started listening to Prince, right? Purple Rain, When Doves Cry. Oh my God, tunes.
Yeah.
But see this big, there's this thing in Stranger Things, and it looks like it's like you know what I'm talking about? It looks like what's that fruit? Is it like it's not a lychee, what is it?
I know what you're
looks
talking
like
about. But I don't know
passion
what
fruit or
it
something?
is.
I don't even know.
Like a dragon fruit or something.
A dragon fruit. And it's this big thing, and I just don't...
Called the Mind Flare.
So, people were like, so we at work, we've started playing like more like songs from Stranger Things. There's an artist called Joe. He's in Stranger Things, right? And
Steve.
Okay, well, he's name. Steve in Stranger Things. We started playing it, and I thought, maybe for content, I should watch it. It started 10 years ago.
Watch it. No. I mean, it started 10 years ago, but it's just that it's taken them 10 years to do.
For context, Emily in Paris episodes are 20 minutes long. They came out like over a month ago maybe now, and I've still not got even halfway through. So I have no chance in hell of Stranger Things.
No, Stranger Things was like in my diary over the holidays to watch.
Your wee girl auditioned as well for Stranger Things.
She auditioned for Holly Wheeler. How amazing would that have been?
That would have been, but how amazing is that opportunity as well?
I know,
to get that?
I know.
To actually be picked out of so many people.
Yeah, it was so good. But I was talking about Stranger Things.
I don't know, Mandela Effect, the Pringles Man, the Monopoly Man, and Mirror, Mirror on the Wall.
In Stranger Things, there was an episode there that's just come out, and Holly, the one that Ayla auditioned for, she's breaking out of something, so she breaks her arm out of the mind flare, basically, the big thing. Oh my God, does that suck
people in?
Yeah, keeps the kids.
You're kidding?
Yeah. Sucking the life out of the kids. But
oh my God,
her sleeve comes up,
right?
And there's a nice little Under Armour logo.
Oh,
which obviously was not in the 80s.
A wee sponsor? Or was it
no, a mistake. So obviously this came out on, was it Boxing Day? Like Christmas Day into Boxing Day, I think. 1 a.m. or whatever.
Oh yeah, I know, because I was waiting on it.
Yeah.
No, I have no idea.
So it came out then, and obviously people started like posting it online that Holly's got an Under Armour top on, but Under Armour was not in the 80s. And they've edited it and it's gone. So by the time I watched it a few days later, it was not there. So I'm like, are Disney just doing the same thing with the mirror, mirror on the wall? Are they changing it? Because that's, I don't know. Can that happen?
I didn't even know you could do that. Well,
they were on it straight away with things on Netflix.
It's got to be easier to edit something on Netflix than it is to get everybody's VHS tapes back.
So let's go find Snow White. Yeah, surely somebody's got a tape.
Do you remember you could like when you like put your finger in where like the video was and like ruin it? That's what they'd have to do. They'd have to find that bit of tape and
pull it out.
Yeah, chop it. I never even thought about editing stuff on Netflix though.
Yeah, they done that straight away. I think there was a couple of things.
There was actually a scene in, I think it was Bridgerton, and there was an iPhone in the background.
Game of Thrones as well. There was a Starbucks cup.
Oh, Starbucks.
In the finale on a table.
Was there actually a Starbucks cup though, or was it just a Mandela effect.
Exactly.
Some people remember it, some people don't.
Another movie one is Star Wars. So the false memory, Darth Vader says, "Luke, I am your father." And reality is, "No, I am your father." But that's like an actual slogan.
Again, I've never seen it.
"Luke, I am your father."
It's all about EastEnders for me. It's very, I'm your dad, and here I am now, and then I'm away. And
You'll know this one, The Wizard of Oz.
yes, I know this one. I can get on board with this.
Okay. False memory. The Wicked Witch says, "Fly, my pretties, fly." You can do the demonstration if you want.
No.
You would normally do. Reality is, she just says, "Fly, fly, fly." I can hear her saying "my pretties" in my head. That green.
She was
witch.
terrifying. That like OG.
Really, it's Elphaba, isn't it? But
Aye,
didn't know that back
we
then.
didn't know that back then. No, she's so scary. The witch in the
So "fly, my
Wizard of Oz.
pretties" was not a thing. It was just "fly, fly, fly." Don't believe it. "We Are the Champions" song for you ends with "of the world."
yeah, this.
No, it doesn't. It ends without it. Just
Wait
we
a
are
minute.
the champions.
Do you know what though? That actually used to annoy me in assembly because I was good at I was always good with lyrics when I was wee.
Yeah.
And see when people would just like see like that song, sing Hosanna,
Oh, yeah.
sing. The amount of people that would go King of Kings.
Kings.
And I was like, it's not of Kings yet. We've got another bit to go, and then we've
Yeah.
got of Kings.
Right, well, you'll need to
So
go through "We Are the
I
Champions."
would get
then.
so annoyed at my classmates. I'd be like, guys, you're letting P48 down. Come on. It's not of King. Wait.
Not yet.
Not yet. So
Yeah. Apparently,
no, it
it's
ends.
just
It was played at my granddad's funeral, that song. We're the Champions. And it definitely ends. Of the
I thought that, and it drags out a wee bit. I'm not going to sing.
Wow.
But yeah. Statue of Liberty. Statue of Liberty. False memory is "you can still climb the torch," when in reality the torch has been closed to the public since. Do you want to take a guess? 19 something.
22.
16.
Oh,
1916.
well,
People
no, I
think
didn't even know
still climb it.
you could climb the torch.
I'm sure I've seen like films and stuff as if they're up there. And then there's little ones like Kit Kat. People remember there being like a hyphen in between it, and there isn't. Looney Tunes. People remember it being Looney Tunes, Toons, but it's actually Looney, Tunes. Tunes, not
Wow.
tunes. I think I remember it Looney Tunes.
Maybe that was just like a wee extra they did.
I remember the logo being like
Yeah.
that, with the double. 'Cause remember when they done the basketball
Space Jam.
Space Jam?
Looney Tunes. I think I remember Looney Tunes as well, but I also think I remember the hyphen in Kit Kat.
I remember all these things. I don't know this
You're
one.
just in all the timelines.
One of the this is maybe too old for us. This is one of the big ones though. Now this is the dilemma how you say it. The Bernstein Bears. Has there been a
Oh,
programme?
I've seen it written down. Again, I don't know how
Right.
to say it.
So the false memory is
Bernstein.
Bernstein, Stein, but it's actually Berstain, Stain.
Oh, so it's a different spelling. Because I was going to say, surely that's just a pronunciation. Like in German,
Totally
you get like
different
Stein and
spelling.
Steen, but
Mhm.
that's
Yeah. And then the Monopoly Man wears a
Scheinstein.
monocle. Did he? No, he never did. They're saying that's likely a confusion with a similar character like Mr. Peanut. I don't know who that is.
so. There's so many of them,
Loads. That's
but
not
like
even me
it's
telling
so
you.
interesting the ones that are like actually happening in kind of like real time, like Mandela dying.
Oh.
How could people, like a group of people, collectively remember his
That
death
happening. Mhm.
when it's not happened?
I mean, I'm going to be honest, I thought he was dead like a long, long time ago.
Yeah, 2013 doesn't seem that long ago.
I felt like he was dead before my time.
Your good pal Mandela. By the way, see, just bringing this up, is he like a spirit guide that comes up for people,
I've not
or is he too new?
heard of it. That's a good question. I think about this quite a lot. Like, when do the new ones become
Aye, totally.
Like how long is the time in between when they become like
Because I'm
an
trying to think
ascended
of like
master?
I can't even think of a kind of an ascended master. I can't
Yeah.
think of a figure like that. But just for talking sakes, that someone like Nelson Mandela, the Pope.
Yeah.
I don't even really know, like people who are maybe very well respected in religion or
Yeah.
I don't know, politics or whatever. Is anyone well respected in politics? I don't know. That could
Questionable.
be it's another episode. But
not
no, we're not doing a politics episode. But when did they become?
Yeah, because that can go into loads of different stuff. So Nelson Mandela, his soul might not be ready to become
Oh, okay.
an ascended master, so he may have other lives that he has to come in and be someone else first. Like he might not be finished all his earth contracts, if you like. So he might have more lives.
Yeah.
That might not be his last life.
It reminded me of something I've just seen I saw on Instagram, and I need to get this. It was last night, and I screenshotted it. So surely it can't be that far away.
Far.
No, maybe
Never
I didn't
far.
No, maybe I didn't screenshot it. Oh no, I did. I did. So it's from, how do I say this? Oracle Angel.
Yeah.
1111 on Instagram.
Instagram, yeah.
You know when Instagram like handles put like the whole word is together? I was
yeah, you can't understand.
I was like Oracle Ange.
Oracle I think Angel. I've thought that. Oracle Angela or something. I think I've seen that as.
And I like this because she says the messenger theory, which I really liked.
I think I've also screenshotted this, by the way.
Was when sometimes you sit next to a complete stranger, the stranger will say something kind, uplifting, or exactly what you need to hear in that moment. They may offer a smile, a few words, or a small act of warmth that shifts your entire day. Very often, this isn't random. This person is being used as a divine messenger, a vessel for your angels or spirit guides to communicate with you. Spirit doesn't always speak through signs or symbols. Sometimes it speaks through people placing the right soul in the exact right moment.
100%.
Do you believe that as well?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
It's like I'll always say it to people when they're saying that like I've asked for a sign and I've not got it. They're expecting to see an animal or like that, and a angel number, registration plate, like they're expecting something to whack them in the face. And I'm like, well, what about people talking to you? Like you could ask for that guidance, that assistance, that support, and then you're here talking to me today and I'm giving you it. Or you were like that in the coffee shop waiting in the queue and someone says something.
You know, I love when that happens, when somebody just gives you that, whether it's like a boost or that confirmation that you're like, I needed that today. And that's just...
Or even hearing other people's conversations can be a big one. So you could be sitting somewhere and then the people next to you are talking about something and it's answering your question that you've asked. The kids
so
do it for
always
me quite
be aware.
A lot. Yeah. The kids do it. I find like I'll be thinking something and obviously when I'm thinking it's automatically going out there to the universe. And then like Ayla, for example, will come in from school and be like, oh, we were talking about this today in school, or Mum, have you thought about this before? Why don't we do this? And I'm like, you just answered.
That's like when people say you've just read my mind, you've literally read my mind.
Yeah.
That happens all the time. Or like when you're thinking of a phrase and then like on the radio the presenter or an advert will say it, or the song lyrics, or you're thinking of a song and it comes on.
Yeah.
So that happens to me all the time.
It's being sent to you.
I'm staying with your post for a second, Oracle Angel, right? Because I really like this post. The one in, one out theory.
Oh,
when I left one departs from air.
This is literally the stuff I was just looking at. It must have been on the same thing.
How mad is that? And so within a 12 to 18 month period, they usually send another soul.
Yeah.
I think this is what I was also thinking of when you were talking about the Nelson Mandela thing.
Yeah.
Like, as one soul returns home, another begins its journey here. But she's also saying about the pause before return theory. So after a loved one passes, there's often a time of resting or review period in the spirit world. I'm imagining like Alan Sugar's big board table.
Yeah.
And like whoever you think, you know, God or an angel or
Your team,
they're all there and they're chatting to you about this life.
We call that your soul family.
Your soul family. Love that. And for many, it's a transition period. They need time to settle. It's a movement. And just like here on earth, not every soul moves at the same pace. So kind of basically what you're saying is that his soul may not be ready. Yeah. Which is
he
so
could
interesting.
feel he's got more stuff to learn.
Sorry, I've just seen a message saying that my son has no wellies today. Well, I can't.
Sorry, Mum.
I'm doing a podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, he can wear his Uggs outside because they were £9 on TikTok shop. They're not real Uggs. They say fashion on the side, and then we can wear them out.
He's always dressed so cute.
He is always dressed so cute, and I think girls' clothes are easier to get, and that's why I'm like so focused on trying to get nice boys' clothes for him.
Whereas Tay was always just in like a tracksuit.
No, I love dressing, but I've only got one. Like if I had another kid, it would be like put on anything and just get out.
I think that was just Ryan for me. He's that typical East End guy that still kicks about in trackies. So
love it. So yeah, that was kind of leading us on nicely. Not Ryan and trackies, but you know the souls and timelines and things.
Yeah.
To what is the phrase? You just used it earlier on. Us as different things. What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know what you're talking about.
What's that? What is the word? I'm sure
versions. Different versions of ourselves. So, right, okay.
Which seems, I feel like we can start chatting about this and then maybe we could do a part 2 on this one, because
this goes into a lot about healing if we're going to go into different
Should we chat about healing first then?
Yeah. And what it even is, because I think it's such a big word right now.
Yeah.
In the woo-woo community.
And even just in the
earth.
Yeah, in the community of social media, and also particularly this time of year, the first month of a new year, a lot of people are like, right, I need to get my shit sorted. I'm gonna heal myself.
Yeah, and for me that probably is what it is. Like when I hear the word healing, when I do healings, it's trying to better ourselves. It's trying to let go of the things that we know are not good for us and make those positive changes. But there are obviously different ways to do it, which would be a whole other episode in itself when it comes to like energy healing and therapy.
That might be a good one actually to do.
The way that you can heal.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about what it actually is, then these different versions of ourselves, like you're mentioning, that's what we're trying. That's part of you healing. Because you right now, if we use you as an example and me, you're Amber. But throughout your life, because of traumas that you've experienced, society, things that have been projected onto you, belief systems that have been created for you, thought patterns that you have, because of all these things, you've then developed these different versions within yourself. So like, I'd say they're like subconscious versions.
Okay.
I don't think you're consciously choosing them. It's definitely a subconscious thing, like in the back of your mind, these versions are
not like
stepping
James
into
McAvoy
place.
and Split.
No.
Wasn't he? It was Patricia.
No, definitely not. So, I don't know if I ever pronounced his name properly. Carol. I hate saying that word as well. Carol. We say that so funny, don't we? Carl.
I'd say Carl, but I think that's the pure radio in me.
Yeah, Carl.
Because like I used to, yeah, and I don't even know when it stopped. I used to. Sometimes I still say girl. I think I said it earlier. But if I'm on air, it's like I will say like girl, world, Carl. Just so I think also so people probably listen and go, what is she talking about? But I think it's also so people know what I'm saying, like
Yeah,
on the
because
like
I would not say it like that.
you know
And I
on the
don't- you
radio
wouldn't
really
know.
quickly. If
Yeah.
I'm talking, they know that I'm saying Carl and not Carol.
Carl. Okay.
But yeah,
That's so hard for me to say.
it is hard. How weird is it, like your different accents?
And
Carl or
then-
Carol, whatever.
Yeah, and then it's his second name that I struggle to pronounce, not
Right.
even the first name. So I say Young, but I don't think it is. It's Jung, Jung, but I think depending on where you're from. So Carol, Young, Carol, Jung, don't know. People
Or it
will
could be
know
like
who I'm
Carl
talking.
Jung. I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe it is Young.
So psychology, this is. So he created what he calls the archetypes. And for me, this is where the versions then come in
Okay.
and mix that psychology and
So this isn't
spiritual.
versions in different lives and timelines. This is different
Yeah.
versions now. Oh, that's interesting.
So when we're talking about that, and everybody straight away will know if you don't, victim, inner child,
Oh my God, that's massive right now. Everyone on TikTok's talking about inner child
inner
healing.
child healing, exactly. People pleaser, huge for people. Martyr, survivor, your warrior, saboteur. That's a massive one.
Every word you
this
said
time of
apart
year.
from saboteur, I've had a song in my head. I just associate it
What
with my
do you sing?
music. See, when you say inner child, I always hear that Bob Sinclair World Hold On. If you ever meet your inner child, that's a tune. That's
What
a
the
good tune.
music?
I do,
Saboteur
that's me.
is a big one. That's your obviously
What's saboteur?
self-sabotaging patterns. So, especially this time of year, if people are doing their New Year's resolutions, what day are we on?
We're into the finish the first week.
So we're on the
So-
8th. I think the saboteur will be out to play for a lot of people.
It's sad, isn't it? It actually
Yeah.
is quite sad because we are very, very like self-critical and we are very quick to self-sabotage everything.
Everything. The
then it's-
procrastinator.
Oh God.
The prover. That's my big one. Prover.
Procrastinator for me is probably the biggest one. Prover for you.
Massive.
Enter stage left.
Yeah.
Tony's video about the pendulum.
The pendulum.
Yeah, that pendulum, man.
Oh.
Tony was like, I'm posting a 500-minute video.
I can't.
But you know what? Like, that
I had
made you feel
to.
better
I had to. I had to prove.
to prove yourself.
Yeah, clearly
though-
I do work on my prover a
Yeah,
lot.
even though you're
but
like, we don't need to prove it.
logic. So that's it. Logically, consciously, I understand that. But this part of me, this version of me in my subconscious that has all these beliefs, all the trauma, all the wounds that are unhealed, is then stepping up to prove.
I am getting inside out vibes.
Exactly. That's
Kind
the
of
best
like-
way to think of it.
Yeah.
So rather than the emotions in the mind, see it as the parts of you in your mind.
Right. So, what do we do? Basically, what do we do to make this our best year yet and be the nicest version of ourselves? Do we deal with them all individually? Do you have to get to the root cause of why you're like this? How do you figure out what one kind of prevails? I think everybody probably can tell what one's more
Prominent than the
yeah.
others.
to you.
And to be honest, most people will have most of them in some way or another. But like that, some will be stronger than others. So for me, these versions of you are not bad. They're not things to be, which is why inner child healing is so huge right now, because it's all about meeting your inner child, reparenting your inner child, loving your inner child. Yeah. So it's like we're healing these versions by acknowledging that they're actually just there out of protection. So my prover, for example, comes up because of the judgment and the criticism that I'm then feeling or being met with is going to be creating some sort of emotion within me. Like it's tapping on that, oh, I'm not good enough. I don't know what I'm talking about. That wound that's in there.
Do you know what's so interesting? I never really thought, when I came to see you for a healing before, I never really thought I had thoughts like, oh, I'm not good enough, and that's what kept coming
Coming
up for. But I think it's when you look deeper into it, like even just really small things, with inner child, like get my wee violin out now, but see, just be tiny things like not being picked for PE and
Absolutely.
then sitting on the bench.
Yep.
That's not feeling good
Not
enough.
feeling good enough.
So that's I think for a lot of people that is a dominant thought, and how sad is that?
Yeah. And Gabor Mate, who we've spoke about
Yes.
with the healing in the body, the trauma, he says, so everyone thinks as trauma as being a big traumatic experience, which it is. But if there's not a scale, which a lot of us do see it as a scale, we shouldn't, then trauma isn't just what happens to you, it's what doesn't happen. It's what's not given to you. So like that, if you're not picked, if you're not feeling loved, if you're not getting that emotional connection from your parents, if you're not getting affection, that's also trauma, because you need something and that need isn't being met, which then creates an emotion, which is what the trauma then is. It's, do you know what I mean? It's
I do. And what
trauma
about,
is the emotion that is
because you were saying as
stored.
well, I always remember you saying trauma doesn't have to be this massive, massive event. A lot of people will say, I've never experienced any trauma in my life.
Hear that so much.
Do you get people coming and saying that to you?
So
I bet
much.
you do.
I was one of them, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I
was,
probably was
yeah,
before childbirth, because
Yeah.
now all I can think about is birth trauma. But
exactly.
but before that,
but I've had a good childhood.
yeah.
Like, I actually started writing a book one time, 'cause you know what I'm like with my ideas, and that's what it's called. But I've had a great childhood.
Trademark that now.
Because you think you've been brought up in a loving environment, your parents are still happily married, everything was great, you got everything you wanted. But then when you actually start digging into your inner child, you do see those moments. So for mine, I had all those things, but my mum and dad worked constantly. I was always with my grandparents. There was times where my dad, being as stressed as he was, he had his own business and stuff, would choose to go fishing every weekend rather than spend time with me and my mum. It was only us at this point. He would go fishing instead of coming to birthday parties of mine. That creates that instant, he doesn't want to be around me, fishing's more important, that I then feel rejection, or I don't
even
feel
though
like
you
I'm
have
enough for my dad.
that amazing childhood, that belief is like the undercurrent. It's always lying there. And do you then think that's where your prover comes out? Because like as a child, you're like, I'm
Absolutely.
proving that
I'm enough. I'm here. Like, see me.
That's so sad. But I think what a lot of people maybe don't realise, and what I hadn't realised until kind of chatting to you about it, is that it doesn't always mean that you can see that. Like, you wouldn't look at, Toni as a child and say, oh, look, she's always trying to please her dad. But like, something inside you, whether
Was
it
doing
is
that.
at like a subconscious level, or
Yeah.
it is doing that because
Yeah.
that's what you believe.
Yeah. And that's where we can go even further with that, and the past life connections can come into that, and the reasons why you're here, the lessons that you're here to learn. Fear of failure is a massive one for me, which is why that prover comes up as well. Like, I've got that, which was probably trying to prove to my mum, my dad, grandparents, like, I am capable, I can do this. So having to do well, like, in your exams and go and have a good job.
Absolutely.
Do you know what I mean? So
That's that was a massive one for me, and it probably is for a lot of people. And then I do remember getting my job being offered my job on the radio, doing the travel.
Yeah.
And my dad, and he obviously wouldn't mind now because I've made a career out of it, but at that point was like, no, you must get your teaching degree.
Yeah.
Like, this is just like, come
Yeah.
on. This is not, almost like saying it's not enough. My mum was a lot more understanding, but still was like, it's great to have a backup.
Yeah.
But, and I get that, I understand where it comes from, a place of love. But I think as a result of that, me and my partner have both spoken about it with our wee one, if he was to ever say to us at school, like, I always felt if I'd failed my exams that I would
have been the worst thing in the
yeah,
world.
absolutely.
100%.
So, but see if he was to say, I'm not sitting this exam or I failed this, then we'd be like, okay, but like, where do your talents lie? What
Yeah.
can you do an apprenticeship? Or you could do like loads of different things. And I don't know if it's a generational thing, but that was a huge one for me.
Because it's changing. Like, obviously, I work in the high school.
That's right.
Doing this exact thing. And from this point right up until Easter, for me, is dealing with kids who are sitting their exams, who are stressed, who are overwhelmed. And it is all down to pressure and expectation, either that they are putting on themselves because they still carry these beliefs in some way or another, or they've heard it somewhere, or their parents and teachers are putting that pressure and expectation on them. I was the exact same. Like, I was forecasted to do that well, that I could go and be a lawyer. My mum and my gran have both been paralegals, so the next step up is obviously Toni will go and be a lawyer. And I had that drilled into me, not intentionally, but it was there. That I was like, oh, I'll be a lawyer, I'll do that. And then got to the point at like 16 and was like, I don't want to be a lawyer. Well, maybe I'll go and be a teacher. Maybe, no, do you know what? I've been a junior and a hairdresser since I was 13. I want to do hairdressing. It's not a real job. That's for stupid people.
By the way, why are things in the beauty industry looked down on so bad? Or they definitely used to be when I was at school. And I remember, you know, phrases going around like that, like you'll end up working at hairdressers or you'll end up working at McDonald's. But see, if you're working at McDonald's, what if you work up to being a manager or Subway, you own a franchise?
A lot of other people.
But also see the beauty industry and stuff. Like we can go on about it all day.
So bad.
But people always, even if I am so skint and have like £50 left before I've maxed my overdraft, I'm getting the nails done.
Exactly.
People are always going to go and need it.
And they're some of the most hard working, like obviously I've been there and done it. You're on your feet sometimes for 12 hours a day.
Though, I'm like, why is it they always get a bad rep? I was actually recently thinking of that, like people at school that were always kind of maybe seen as troublemakers.
Let's put them into this.
Yeah, or they're not going to do well. And see now, I see on Facebook and Instagram and things what some of them are doing, and a lot of them are tradespeople. They're doing bloody amazing.
Brilliant. Exactly. Ryan, my husband's one of them. Like they wanted him kicked out of school. He went and got an apprenticeship straight away as a heating engineer and probably does better than most of the people that went to university and got their degrees and dropped out.
Do we think that's proven? Or is that
for me? It was
a bit of a prover?
When I was then hit with hairdressing's for stupid people, you can do much better than that. I was like, oh well, I'll fucking show you. So went and got an apprenticeship in one of the best salons in the city centre of Glasgow. Worked my arse off for a couple of years. Opened my own salon at 20.
Oh my God, were you only 20?
Yep. In the city centre, pushed it to extremes, only 2 years in, and stepped on to just off Buchanan Street to have an even bigger salon.
Wow.
And then ran myself into the ground when really I can now see that all I was trying to do was show every single person, including my old boss, because when I opened the salon, he was like, aye, right, that's not going to work. I can fucking do this and I will do this and I'll show you that I can do this. And then obviously that when I decided to close the salon because it was not good for me mentally what I was doing, just this massive fear of failure came up.
And what
like I am a failure when I know that it wasn't. The salon was a success and it was me stepping into this. Like, no, I'm now actually going to go and be a counsellor.
Just on like a quick tangent, where did that come from? Where did you realise, like, because I know you were always into like spirituality and cards and stuff, and you were saying you used to do cards for girls in the salon and stuff, but where did it come from when you thought I want to do counselling? And
so it was probably just when I went down the meditation mindfulness teacher training route and realised how messed up I was mentally, and that I just had a huge mask on. Like the pleaser was out, the prover was out, the martyr probably. Like, oh, I'm doing it all, and I was just surviving. And realised underneath all those versions that I was probably very broken at that point.
I think a lot of people will relate to that.
Yeah.
And I think we should just, why don't we dive a bit deeper into it and do a part 2 of this?
Part 2.
Because I think a lot of people see what you've just said there, the mask on, and knowing that underneath it there's all of this. I bet there are so many people that are sitting where you were in different walks of life, not necessarily with a salon, but whatever's happening, and I bet they've just heard that and thought, that's actually me. So we can talk about
anymore.
Let's talk about that, and then ways to heal and things.
Ways to dive into all that.
We'll just make that next week's.
Yeah. Let's go.
Fab. Consider this a planning meeting also.
Yeah.
Thanks so much.
Do a quick.
Yes. Do a wee quick.
Number 1
eagle?
card.
Oh.
Yeah. So this is Great Spirit.
Okay.
Or like Source, God, whatever. I feel quite emotional looking at that actually. Based on exactly what we're just talking about there, this is huge then confirmation that energy is around you and supporting you and wanting to help you like move forward with whatever healing you're going. I could actually cry. So nice. With especially where I know where next week then is going to go into. So yeah, if you are struggling right now, it's just knowing, even like that wee robin coming in, and it's just knowing that they are around you and what they are never far away.
Oh my God, and you were just
Yeah.
quoting that.
Yeah. So just know that your spirit team, your loved ones, God, source, whatever you believe is there, is with you and supporting you.
That's so lovely. Yeah. What a gorgeous way to end. We've never done a part 1, part 2, but this needs dived into deeper. Yeah. So instead of making this like a 2-hour episode, we'll just chop it up. We'll do next week, part 2 next week. Thank you so much for listening, watching, wherever you find us. Remember, you can flick on your notifications and you will get a wee notification. Quite often I upload these at like 1 a.m. on a Thursday, so you will get a notification when you're waking up on Thursday morning. And follow us at Tune to the Moon Pod on Instagram and TikTok, and we will see you for part 2 next week.